in 1977, a group of Christians at Ohio State University came to Michigan State to share the gospel all summer. A couple girls didn't want to wait around, so they went door to door in the neighborhood. And I happened to be a professor's daughter and live right by campus. I knocked on my door, and they said they were taking a spiritual interest questionnaire. And I thought, okay, I got spiritual interest, and talked with them. And the last question was, if you could know God personally as a friend, would you want to? And I looked at them and I said, does anyone say no? Because I thought, you mean like really God? God himself could know me personally, and I could be his friend. So then they shared the gospel with me, which I had never understood before. And that was the beginning of my relationship with Jesus Christ. Then that summer, a lot of people did come to Christ, got involved with the outreach team. And so in the fall, 12 people from Iowa State came here to plant the church that is now Riverview.
About a year later, I graduated from a Bible school, and where I learned the importance of the church and reaching out to people and loving people where you were at. And so when I came across Riverview here at Michigan State, I liked what they were doing. It was exciting, but I asked, are you a church? And they kind of stumbled over their words because they didn't know how to explain it, because in their mind, they didn't have a church building at the time. We met on one of the classrooms at the university. But I went to a meal where I found out that, hey, it is a church. So I was real excited. Now I could go to a church that was ministering right where I lived. In fact, it was here in Emmons Hall that I got connected to them. Lived 3 stories up from where we're at right now. And later on, I was excited that Christine came to know the Lord a year before that, because then we ended up getting married, and so a little perk of being here in Riverview. And after about 2 years of marriage, was approached by the elder team about considering going out on a church plant to Purdue University. And so I thought, yeah, we'll consider that.
I had felt so comfortable in the church where I was saved and with the woman that mentored me, and my mother and father lived next door to us, so all my security was here. And that evening I heard him on the phone talking with one of the elders that was kind of directing this move, and I could tell from his conversation that it sounded like, yeah, they're asking us to go and we're saying yes. And so I'm sitting in the other room with tears just running down my face. And I can hear Greg on the phone saying, well, my wife, she'll do fine. She's a trooper. So I just asked God to help me live up to that.
We went on from Purdue to various church plants and strengthening different churches. And when the opportunity to move back to Holt, East Lansing came up, we were excited because of the value that being a student here in this church was to us. So we came back to really help out with the MSU venue.
We came back to help re-establish on campus what we so were blessed by as students. But also, all those years ago in the 70s, we had the vision that we would build something or be part of something that would reach the whole Lansing area and go on from there to reach the world. And that's always been our goal. We came back to Riverview 20-some years later, it's still the goal, is that we would influence not just our own sphere, but that would multiply and grow and grow. And it's so exciting to be back at Riverview and see that happening. Mm-hmm. It was a dream when we left. It's really happening now.
Absolutely.